In today's video, I am going to teach you how to create Excel pivot tables and pivot charts. The goal is to show you a simple way to summarize your data quickly and then turn that summary into a chart that updates automatically. To get started, you will need some data already entered in Excel. It should be organized in a clear table-like layout, with headers in the first row. First, click any cell inside your data range. In the example that you may be following, that range is from A1 to C5. When you click a cell inside that range, Excel knows exactly what data set you are working with. Take a moment to make sure you are selecting a cell that truly belongs to your table, not an empty area, and not a cell outside your dataset. This matters because the pivot table and pivot chart will be based on the range Excel detects. Next, you will click the Insert tab on the ribbon. The ribbon is the toolbar at the top of your Excel window. The Insert tab is where Excel groups tools for creating new objects, including charts and pivot features. Go ahead and click Insert now. You should see different chart options and other insert controls appear, depending on your Excel version. After that, you will click the Pivot Chart button directly. This is an important shortcut, because Excel will build both items instantly. Instead of creating a pivot table first and then separately creating a chart, the Pivot Chart button combines the process for you. When you click it, pay attention to the window or pop-up box that appears. It may also show you a preview area, depending on your screen layout. Now, once you have clicked the Pivot Chart button, click OK in the pop-up box. This confirmation step tells Excel to proceed with the pivot chart setup using your selected data. If the pop-up includes choices, such as where to place the result, you can keep the default settings for this walkthrough. The key point is that clicking OK completes the initial creation step and moves you into the field selection part. Once Excel finishes, you will see a pivot chart area and associated pivot table options. At this point, your chart and summary are ready to be populated, but they do not have the data fields selected yet. The next step is what makes everything come to life. Look for the checkboxes next to your fields. These are typically listed in a pane, with each field name corresponding to a column from your original data. This is where you control how the data is grouped, summarized, and displayed. Now check the boxes next to your fields to instantly populate both items. As soon as you select a field, you should see the pivot table and pivot chart update automatically. If there are multiple fields, you can choose them one at a time. This makes it easier to see how each field affects the results. For example, one field might create categories for the chart, while another field may represent values that Excel aggregates. Keep selecting the field checkboxes until you get the view you want. As you keep choosing fields, take a moment to confirm that the pivot table output matches your expectations. You want to see totals or counts arranged into meaningful groups. Then glance at the pivot chart to ensure it reflects the same summary. The reason this method is so powerful is that the chart is linked to the pivot table, so they stay synchronized while you adjust your field selections. When you are satisfied with the configuration, you are done with the core creation process. You have created the pivot table and the pivot chart at the same time, and you now know how to control the output by selecting fields. That is all there is to it. That covers everything you need to know.